Welcome back to the Zeus podcast. I'm your host, Zeus the Prophet, and not even the force of Mother Nature can stop it, but I can. This is episode 15, Building the Burger Road Empire, the Ishu Singh story. Tonight's conversation is about what it really takes to build something from the ground up and turn it into an empire, because every empire begins the same way, with an idea most people overlook, an idea most people doubt, an idea most people never act on. But when someone chooses to believe in that idea and backs it with discipline, consistency, and relentless execution, something shifts. A business becomes more than just a place. It becomes a system, a culture, a force. And what stands out most about tonight's guest is not just what he's built, but how he thinks. This is a level of calculation, precision, and understanding of numbers beyond the brand. And tonight, we're going to explore the mind of somebody who doesn't just run a business, but understands the mathematics behind building one. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Lord, guide this conversation. Let every word spoken carry truth, clarity, and purpose. Remove ego and place it with humility. Remove distraction and replace it with focus. May this conversation inspire discipline in those who are distracted, courage in those who are hesitant, and faith in those searching for direction. Bless this space and everyone listening. Amen. Tonight, I'm joined by an entrepreneur whose journey reflects vision, resilience, and calculated execution. What began as a single location in Melbourne has grown into a brand recognized across the city. Burger Road is more than just food. It's a business built on consistency, culture, and smart decision making. But behind every brand that looks successful on the outside is the risks of pressure, moments where everything could have gone the other way. Tonight, we go beyond the surface. We unpack the mindset, the systems, and the blueprint behind it all. Welcome to the Zeus podcast, brother. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me. Very
It's an
excited
honor.
to do the podcast with you.
It's a pleasure and an honor for me, brother. So every blueprint starts with a foundation. Before Burger Road, there was Ishu Singh.
Yes.
Where did you grow up? Where were you born? And what was your childhood like?
I'm born in Punjab state, which is in north of India. Born in a business family. My dad also have a business, so a lot of stuff I've learned in family as well. Yeah, and our city is bit new city. I'm from Chandigarh. It's a capital city of Punjab, and so we always surrounded with like a lot of restaurants, and Punjabis eat a lot, so always surrounded with food.
Beautiful. So were you the quiet kid? Were you the shy kid? Were you the kid with who got into trouble a lot? Give me a little bit of background on what were you
About
like as a kid?
so about my childhood, wasn't very good with studies and not the very studious guy, but I was very street smart. Always wanted to do something new. So my childhood, my dad, when I was in year 8, my dad had a bike accident. So he was on bed for nearly 4 years. So at that time, I realized that I need to support my family. So never, I don't wanted to give any kind of pressure to my parents. My dad was on bed, so our business crashed. So I always wanted to adjust with my family. So when I was in year 8, I used to sell mobile phones for my pocket money. And so we started with I bought a phone for $100. I sold it for 150. Then bought it for $200. And slowly I started making money. And from year 8 till year 12, I used to sell mobile phones. So kind of sale purchase guy. So always have a good friend circle, and they supported me. I support them. Yes, always childhood was good, but not very fancy, but bit of hustle. And
so you're always a hustler, right?
Always. Life is not easy, I think. And
no, absolutely,
not,
man.
Yes.
I was born in Beirut. I come from a war-torn country myself, man. So I know about the hustle, man.
Yeah.
That's very commendable. I mean, to get yourself from a point of, you had to hustle for everything that you actually got in order to build, an empire that you have right now. So, brother, could you tell me what were some of the early lessons that stayed with you?
So I think that life is all about learning. You learn a lot. Like you need to hustle. You need to accept what's your weaknesses, what's your strength. Because when I came to Australia, I get to know, look, life is not easy. I need to work hard. And need to do self improvement, need to learn skills, because skills is the one thing no one can take out from you. And there is no loyalty. You need to hustle. Then the more you grow in your life, more trouble will keep coming. Life not gonna be easy. If you think now we are student, life will be easy after getting married. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be easy once you have the kids. So always more, you need to do more hustle. You need to have more willpower. You need to be strong. You need to be more problem solver. Not always talk about problem. Always think like, how can I get the win-win situation out of this scenario? And you need to build up a patience, because if you have patience, then only you can solve the problem. Not short temper people can solve the problem. So there are a lot of things you need to learn. You need to be ready.
Beautiful, man. So what were your first jobs as a kid?
All right. So first job was kitchen hand. I started at a dishwasher. So done, I think, couple of years. So I used to work in a state library in Melbourne, opposite to Melbourne Central. There used to be a cafe called Mr. Talk. So that's where I started my first job. And the same time, I used to work as a security guard and in the different gaming venues. Then slowly,
Nice.
I used, and the same time, my studies was going parallel. So I wanted to do. Yeah, then I was kitchen hand. Then I became sandwich hand. Then sous chef. Then head chef. Then manager. So I've learned like
Slowly built up.
slowly, step by step, not like straight away.
Right.
Became
So
master.
at what age did you come to Australia, brother?
I was 18 years old.
18 years old? Beautiful. So you have any siblings?
Yes, I've got one younger sister. She's here now. She got married, and she also running a burger road. And
Beautiful.
she
Congratulations to her.
and she on 3 Burger Road now.
Beautiful. So your mom and dad, they're here in
They are
Australia?
here. They are here. We all living together.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So was there a moment when you realized you wanted to build something of your own? Or when was that?
I would say like
Do you
maybe
remember
around.
the first time that you know?
So what happened was I was just working in hospitality. It was like 8-10 years. I was working as a head chef. Then at one stage I'm like, no, and now is the time that I want to do for myself. So then my parents came here. We had a good chat, and I explained them, look, I want to open a restaurant. I already saved some money, but I bought the house, I bought a car. And in hospitality, when you're working as a either head chef or a chef, there is money, but not that good money. And the way Australia is going is very expensive day by day. So then, and I told my parents that it's been 10 years I'm working in hospitality, working as a head chef. I think I can run a good business. And they helped me in the start. They gave me some of their savings. And then I had some little bit of my money. Then we
Nice.
opened our new, sorry, that then in 2017, I opened my first burger road. Where you been as well?
Yeah, at your first
Yeah.
Burger Road joint in Fairfield. Right, and you've always come across as somebody who's very customer service orientated. You're
Yeah.
very approachable. You're very friendly. You're a nice guy. Like you've always been the very best.
Thank you, brother. Thank
You've
you.
always been a real good brother, man. So every time I see you, you're always so polite, so wonderful, so welcoming, and that reflects also on who you are as a person, but also on what kind of business that you're running too. And it's like you got the best of everything, pretty much. So, who influenced your mindset the most growing up?
You want me to change the location? So definitely I would I think my grandfather, because since my childhood I always seen him hustling, and he used to work in a government sector, and he was on very high rank, and always I used to see him like every morning he used to pray for 2 hours. He used to go for running. He used to look after his fitness, and the same time he used to look after whole family, like my dad, brothers. My dad got like 4 5 siblings, and so like whenever I seen him, he always come up with a solution, and everyone used to listen to him. And he was like a very good swimmer as well. And so like and I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. So in my family, if I have there's one person who I look up to is my grandfather. So that kind of mindset I've got now, that's the exactly thing I'll do for my family, my parents, my kids. Yes.
So, what values were important in your household? and your
So I think do the right deed. Always don't lie, do prayer. You need to believe there is superpower. You can't just keep doing wrong thing. Believe in karma. If you do right thing comes to you. So many years I'm doing business and so many times people cheat me, like even with my staff, some partnership and all. But you what I believe that you do your karma, you need to do the right thing. That's what you do the prayer. Always believe in God and don't think you are stronger than a superpower and always feel and always think that whatever we're getting is just because we are doing the right thing for the people, and that's what I try to teach my kids as well, and that's kind of atmosphere we have in my family.
Absolutely. That sounds pretty profound. So have a foundation of faith and knowing that there's karma and the laws of the universe that operate
Of
as
course.
well. So do to others what you want done to you and always treat people with respect, things like this.
I would say because my parents follow the same what they learned from my grandparents. Somehow I got chance to learn from my parents as well. And the same thing I'm teaching my kids as well. Look, life
Beautiful.
is not easy, life hard, but you need to believe into God. You need to do the right thing. You need to respect the people who are around you. So I think whether we are living in a Western countries as well, but we really need to respect the culture where we come from, and anything which you like or do you think is better from the Western culture, we need to follow that as well. But whatever we got in from our culture or someone else's culture which we think is good, we need to implement in our life as well.
Absolutely. So there's always a moment where thinking turns into action.
100%.
What was that moment for you?
The thinking turn into action is, as you know, now I think I will come back to my business, as this always been my dream that one day I'll open a cafe or restaurant. One day I'll tell my staff, can you make me a coffee or something? And when I came to Australia, that was a dream because I had no idea from where, like if I have to open a restaurant, what permissions I need, how much money I need. I had no idea. But now I advise or I help so many my friends to open their restaurants. So I think, as I know, I always wanted to open a restaurant. After doing my hospitality degree, after being working in lot of restaurants, and before opening my restaurant, I always been working as a head chef in a lot of restaurants. So that gave me a lot of confidence. Like, yes, now is the time that I worked 8, 10 years in hospitality industry. Now is the
Right.
time that I can open. So I think any business we do, whether it's plumbing, electrical, building, we need to learn right skills and we need to work for the right company, because from the right company you learn a lot of good system, lot of right work ethics,
Good habits. Yeah.
good habits as well. So in past there are few people who always been my mentor, and I learned so much from that they wake up early in the morning, they look after their family, they look after the business. And
They look after themselves.
one thing I've noticed, any business you do, if you don't have discipline, then no one gonna respect you. You have to be work very hard front of your all staff just to show them that that's the reason you are a head of the company,
Yeah, exactly.
and they learn from you as well.
It's the difference between, a boss and a real leader.
Yes,
A real leader guides, but he's also at the front lines. He's also
100%.
showing everybody else how things work. And that's where the leadership comes into play because everyone's looking at that leader for
Yes,
guidance, for moral support, for everything, pretty much. So
yes,
when you're in the front lines and you're showing people, okay, this is how it's done, this is how I want it done, they'll lead by example type of situation. But
100%.
I wanted to ask you, how did the idea for Burger Road come about?
Yes. So look, I love burgers. That's the one thing. And also I think around 2017 I get to know that I want to start my business. So in my past I always been working in pubs, restaurant and cafes. And what I've noticed that is very hard to run big restaurants because there are a lot of dramas from the chefs. There are a lot of tantrums, and to make the systems for the restaurants and cafes is bit hard as compared to quick service restaurants like pizza joint or burger joints and all. So then first I made my mind that I'm gonna open a burger shop. Then we start thinking like, what's the name we're gonna keep and all. So I want to keep like whole like anything we start which goes with the flow. So we came up with the name Burger Road. Then my first store we opened on Station Street, Fairfield. So I put my cheeseburger name Station Street Burger.
Right.
Then the burger with the lot, we got the name a Traffic Jam. Then we got the burger with the double patty. We put the name Second Exit.
I think I've had the traffic jam before, and it was really delicious,
Yeah.
man.
So then slowly, and I think once you start working into that direction, your brain start working accordingly. You start thinking your ideas start, and yeah, exactly, and that's what exactly happened.
Okay, beautiful. So, what did it feel like opening up the first store in Fairfield? You know, what did it feel like?
Bro, it was an easy journey because when I opened my first store, I had a baby 3 months old, and we gone over the budget because builder said, "Hey, don't worry, it will be fine." So our budget was around nearly $200,000, and our first business, just a day before opening a door, and I remember I calculated we spent like nearly 330. So we gone
Wow.
over budget 130.
130, yeah.
And the day when I opened the door, I only had $80 in my pocket. So, and there was no backup at that time. I'm like, man, this thing need to work. And
Yeah.
so it wasn't easy and to have that much confidence. But I think we try to give our 100%. There was nothing one thing. There was everything. We put our effort, our research, our branding,
Of course.
marketing into the business. So look, it's never easy when you open your first business. You learn a lot. But slowly, once you open so many, then it's become a bit easy. You get to know, you start understanding number and risk well.
So every journey, you know, like hits pressure, like your first store in Fairfield. Now,
Yes.
be real with me, brother. Was there a moment where you felt like failure was real for you, not hypothetical?
Look, I like nah, not really. Actually, the thing is, the day when I opened my first store, and I get to know we'll be fine. And till now, I open maybe around 20 stores. Some do well, some do really well, some doesn't do that well. But that the store where we don't perform well, we learn so much, and we get to know that for the next time, the stuff which we ignore, we're not gonna ignore.
Right. And
But
how to improve next
how
time?
to improve? Sometimes because sometimes you can't put a lot of pressure on your brand as well. Few years ago, I opened a restaurant where we were doing 10,000 a week. We were just hardly breaking up. And there's another restaurant, the same brand. We were doing 80,000 a week there. So it's all depend where your brand is located, and you need to understand supply and demand thing. If there are 10 burger shops, I'm gonna put mine. It's not gonna make much difference. We need to do market research. We need to understand where our potential customers are.
Of course. What were the hardest early challenges?
As it was my first business, I to learn the right hiring. We used to do like a lot of stupid mistakes during hiring process, and trying
Like
to keep
what?
the like
Like what,
sometimes
for
you,
instance?
like for example, you are short staff. Sometimes you're like, all right, we'll train them, but you're spending a lot of time with them, but they don't care. They just leave, and sometimes they don't do the cleaning properly. And I remember because it was my first store. For me, it's everything, and I want them to make sure they build the right burger. Make sure if anyone walk into the store, they say hello. When they leave, they say bye. But for them, they don't care.
Not just that,
Yeah.
what I noticed in your first store as well, every employee, they treated every customer like a family member.
Yes.
And every time I go to one of your Burger Road franchises, I feel like a family member. I don't
Oh,
feel like
thank
a
you.
stranger.
Thank you.
I feel like everyone puts in their heart and soul. It's not like just, you know, like a generic greeting. Hi, how are you, sir? You know, it's really with their heart, with their soul. They're really happy for you to be there. And that's the difference,
That's
you know,
very important. Yes.
between your burger joints and other places as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
But let me ask you, brother, what kept you going in those moments?
So I don't belong to a rich family. I need to hustle. I can't turn around from all the problems. I have to look after a 3 months old baby. I have to look after my old parents who believe in me, who sold their family home and helped me to start up my new business. And I have to I have to prove all my family that whatever they trust on me, that I can
That you
be
can
a
do
good
it.
son. So I think, and I knew that I can.
Absolutely, brother. Because every business runs on numbers, but not everyone understand those numbers the same
No.
way as you do. You're known for breaking things down mathematically. You know, I watch a lot of your TikTok videos, and you're showing
Yes.
calculations of this is how much you need to pay rent, this is how much
Yes.
you
Yes.
need to
Yes.
pay stock, and all that kind of stuff. See, I'm impressed by that. So that's one of the things that I admire about you too, brother, is that you break things down logically. But where did that way of thinking come from?
I think it's all come from the experience, because as I mentioned you before, I opened so many restaurants. Some places I took the lease very expensive, and some places that the rent is not very expensive.
Right.
And that doesn't matter how much sales you're doing, because a lot of people get carried away. We're doing 50,000 weekly, but we need to understand how much rent, how much salary, how much wastage, how much point of sale, electricity, everything, and how much money you're taking home, and is it worth it for you to pay or commit yourself with such expensive rent? So that's what I always teach on my Instagram page as well. That if anyone opening their first business, they should follow these things. Don't start up with a expensive restaurant. Start with something not very big. Try to understand what are the problems you're gonna face. Try to learn the stuff. Once you have the after one to store, then you can open the bigger one.
Right. So would you say that's one of the biggest financial mistakes new business owners make?
100%, 100%. I think they just carried away with the fit out, with the expensive architect thing. But we always need to understand that if we do minimum XYZ number, how much money we'll take home? Can we survive or not? If we do more than that, it will be a good. So, yes.
So do you think your understanding of numbers gave you an edge?
I think definitely, because once you became like for example, I've got hospitality experience, and if I say as a chef, or I became a chef, now I can run a restaurant. That's not right. Once you become a business owner, you need to understand your numbers. You need to understand accounts. You need to understand like the psychology of your staff. You became everything. You became a cleaner of your restaurant. You became a front of house of your restaurant. You became waiter. So many times you've been to my restaurant.
Accountant, everything.
Everything. And you need to learn everything. And so many times, like for example, if any customer complain to me, I take it very seriously. I don't blame my staff. I'm like,
Right.
it's maybe my fault that I didn't give them the right training. So you need to be strong enough to accept if there is any something which you need to change in your restaurant. And yes, because a lot of people I've seen, they open the restaurant, they don't pay their tax properly, because a lot of people have the debt of hundred thousands of tax, and in the end, after 2 3 years, they just go. And but they buy expensive cars and all. But you need to understand, with the business, you need to be calm, just keep going like a normal day.
So how do you balance cost, quality, and profit?
I think whether I've got less money, whether I've got more money, I never want money can take over my brain. So I always wanted to be calm. We got the same lifestyle. I love traveling. That's the only expenses I've got. But I'll make sure that I pay my ATO bills on time. I pay my salary. I pay my super of the staff. I pay to my suppliers. And these are the things you need to be always on top, And because once you grow in your life, the world became very small for you. Like all the people who are in hospitality, similar to my business, everyone knows me. They know what Burger Road is, how, and
Right.
when I took a site in Traglinam, we opening a supermarket there. It's a big site, and the guy, he's like, "Hey, Shu, I met you first time. It was good, but when I research or when I check your references, you got amazing reputation in a market." That gave me so much of confidence. I'm
Wow,
like,
that would have been
that's
beautiful
what
to hear.
is stranger, because that's an expensive site. A lot of people wanted to get site, but I got that site just because of all the hard work which I've done in the past so many years. So the reputation goes for the life. So I think yes. So never get carried away. Always stay grounded, and just like a simple life is fine. You can treat yourself sometimes. I treat myself. I go to some good restaurant, sometimes good car, but we know we don't overspend our expenses, because rainy days can come anytime.
You mean you don't overspend more than you're actually bringing in?
100%. We always need to calculate this much money we're gonna have on saving, this much money we're gonna do on our XYZ or my research and R&D, or This is my backup. This is this. Not just go spend more money
Okay.
outside over your budget.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So when opening a new store, what metrics tells you it's working?
So I think definitely you should have your Excel sheet set up from your accountant. Whether I give franchise to someone, whether I open my own restaurant, we always do the projections. I never commit myself with a very expensive rent. And at the same time, I need to calculate, for example, if I know my store, this store can do maybe $30,000 weekly turnover. But in my projection, I will definitely go with the $18,000 projection. Then we calculate, all right, weekly rent minus going to be 3%. Electricity will be 6%. I deduct all those costs. Then I understand, all right, if I work in the store, how much money I can take. If I'm not going to work in the store, how much money I can take. If numbers, I can't make the number right, then I don't do this business. If I think, no, the numbers are not making sense to me.
Right. So if someone opened up a burger shop tomorrow, what's the biggest financial mistake they could make in the first 6 months?
So first, I think there are so many things. Like firstly, these you need to understand the trend. The trend which used to be 7 8 years ago, it's not anymore. At that time, there was a burger wave going on, right? And but now the trend is not very much like now. After every few years, the trends change. So first, don't overspend on fit out. Highly recommend because these days people love the vibe. People like to see the trend. People like exclusivity, which everyone is doing. So if I have to today I have to open a new burger shop, my fit out gonna be very different. It will be very casual, kickback, little bit hipster. I'm not gonna have like 20 25 burger which I have now. I would have like 7 8 burgers, different type of buns. So you need to understand what models are working all around the world these days. What's the hype?
So what did you because I know I've spoken to you and your lovely wife as well in regards to how you make the burgers. You've obviously you've researched it and how the cheese melts, at what temperature, what kind of,
Yes.
because you guys use the top quality Wagyu beef.
Wagyu beef, yes.
Right, and that's what makes the experience that much better.
Yes.
But in regards to modeling other burger places, did you travel in order to
Yes.
see what everyone else is doing? You made yours unique, so you can like stand out above the rest.
I'm not sure you remember, like after opening my 2 stores, I've done a burger trip to America. So I've been to around 7 8 in different burger joints, like mainly gourmet burger joints as well. So I came very positive. Even just before coming to this podcast, I've tried 3 different beef patties from different supplier, and in the end, I'm like, oh, very happy with the existing one. So I think you always need to keep doing the exercise of trying different buns, different supplier, different chips. That thing always keep you on toes. By this way, you get to know, look, whether the good product in the market or not. There's so many, everyone has their uniqueness. But now the thing is, when you have only 1 or 2 store, you became very popular and exclusive. But now, for us, now we have nearly 16 stores. We are very easily like reachable for everyone.
Accessible, you're right.
So by this way, the hype which we used to have before is not that crazy. We have a loyal customer. We have a very good database. People coming. It's not like, because now if we got stores everywhere, north, south, east, west. Before we used to have a customer, we used to drive like 50 kilometers for the burgers. But now they can go to their closest branch.
To the local
Yeah.
branch.
So now we got store in Werribee, we got store in Pakenham, we got store Sunbury, Kilo Down, everywhere, very far. So we got so many stores.
That's amazing, man. That's really amazing. But brother, at what point did you realize this isn't just a store anymore? This is scalable. This is an empire.
I think what happened was after 6 months of my after 6 months of my Fairfield store, and somehow I found the site in Plenty Diamond Creek. So we took over that site, and just before opening the store, a video gone viral. There was 5,000 comments underneath. That gave me a lot of confidence. Oh wow, people! There's so many 5,000 comments. Everyone tagging each other. Remember that time people used to tag a lot. Like, yeah. So I'm like, everyone, like, let's go there. Let's go there. I'm like, oh man, and that was a small store. And so I bought a rundown fish and chip that time. And the day when we opened the door, there were like 9 people working behind the counter, and there were like 2 3 girls were taking order. There were like around 12 people in only 20 sitting joint. We were like for few 3 4 months we were doing crazy numbers. That
Yeah.
gave me a lot of confidence. That day I get to know that people loving our food. Now is the time. Just do the thing seriously, and then I start focusing on scaling business. Start doing the proper branding, proper SOPs, proper systems.
How did you approach growing across Melbourne?
So we were getting customer from all around Melbourne, and we were getting like a lot of messages on Instagram, Facebook, and so many times customers like, "Can you open? Can you open very bit closer to home? Can you open near Geelong?" So
Right.
that kind of gave us like. Then we start asking where you guys us to open. They're like, open this side. Then we start doing our research, and then
Right.
we start opening more.
So a lot of R&D went into it.
Yes.
So what changed when you moved from operator to leader?
I think nothing changed. The more work. Now I have to do more work because so I've got like same routine use. I still every day the same routine, very basic. Sometimes I feel like very boring. I wake up morning, I do my gym, then the same time I start working in the restaurants. I talk to my staff and train them everything because in my burger road we don't have any head chef executive chef. Everything is from me. So because I travel a lot, so whenever I go to different part of the world, I try to understand what kind of signage they're using, what kind of branding, marketing they're using, and what product they're using. So those stuff I implement in my restaurants and all. So now before I used to only work in a kitchen. Now I work sometimes in kitchen. The same time I look after the marketing. Sometimes I look after the fit out, talking with suppliers. So sometimes my phone doesn't stop ringing. Sometimes I want like I turn my phone off and just I think once you start growing, the capacity of taking pressures just goes up.
I think it's what you were saying before about that drive, about that discipline. But you don't call yourself a CEO. You call yourself Chief of Happiness.
That's it.
Tell us about that more.
Like for example, I know you know me from a long time and all. We're friends, whether and I don't want like people know me or respect me or love me just because I own Burger Road or I own other
Right.
businesses as well. I always want like people love me for my right attitude. And the same time with my staff, whenever I work with them, I always wanted to be a team player, not
Yes.
like because I teach them everything, how to be a team player, how to create that atmosphere. Every time we do a very big Christmas party for my staff and all, and so I want if the happy vibe is around, you stay happy, your staff stays happy,
Your
and that
business is
business,
happy.
that you can feel in the air in the restaurants. Otherwise,
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that like I really admire about you too, is because that you're a great leader, but you're also a wonderful human being, my bro. So I was just about to ask you, how important is team culture, but you've already answered that for me. So how do you create an environment people enjoy working in? How do you do that?
I think it's very important on a leadership. If, like, for example, if someone is upset, I always talk to them. I'm like, look, everyone life have some problem, but it's very important to how to deal with that problem. If any problem, like so many times I get upset for something, right? And I'm like, all right, for this problem, can I last for another 3 months? Then it's a problem. If I think like, nah, it's maybe 1 or 2 days problem, I don't care.
Not a problem.
Always be a problem solver. That's what I teach. That's all my stuff. And I'm very easily reachable. I'm not the one who like, you email me, then I'll reply you, admin this, that, and all
And
my
there's a
stuff.
chain of command, and you have to go to HR,
Yeah,
and you have to go to
yeah,
the right.
yes.
You're very
So
accessible.
by this way, and I always tell them, and nothing like in my past, like I've been like people exploit me a lot. So, and that gave me a lot of bad memory. So whenever I'm upset or sometimes I feel like, oh, I own so many restaurants now. And I think whenever I recall my past, I want to create a good atmosphere at my workplace because the staff which I have in my restaurant, they're all local staff of each suburb. Their parents gonna come, their family's gonna come, their uncle auntie's gonna come, and word spreads
Like
like a
wildfire.
fire. So
Yes.
and whatever you do, nothing can beat word of mouth. So
And
it's very important.
That's the most potent form of advertising is word of mouth.
Yes.
I think this is why my podcast, the Zeus podcast, gained so much momentum. Like this is the episode, 15. I've only been
Beautiful.
doing 15 episodes, but, that's already reached a worldwide audience, So I feel very blessed. I think what you're saying is absolutely monumental. It's word of mouth travels. It's more potent than anything else because,
100%.
once people understand and feel comfortable with you, it's easy for you to do your job. And my job here is to bring the best out of my guests, to give them their flowers, their well-deserved flowers, But let me ask you, my brother, what leadership lessons shaped you the most?
You need to understand the numbers. You need to understand the value of the social media these days, the value of marketing, value of branding, and value of the customer service level. So all these factors and like you need to learn, you need to implement our day-to-day life. Yes.
So what do most people not understand about running a business or running a restaurant?
So I think a lot of people I've seen, as you know, in Melbourne, it's very hard to run a hospitality business. I would say even in whole Victoria. So if you see half of the Chapel Street is on lease and all. So I think mainly sometimes we oversupply the same cuisine in on a same strip. And as like for example, there as we know on Lygon Street, there's so many Indian restaurants. Oh, sorry, Italian restaurant
Italian
now.
restaurants,
Now
right?
Indian.
Exactly.
And the same with the Chapel Street. Like for example, Northcote, Fitzroy, Richmond, like full of cafes. There's so many cafes. And everyone's selling the good coffees. No one doing wrong, but everyone's selling the good coffees. At the same
Right.
time, but the owner operated can survive the moment you step out of your restaurant or your cafe. Then the things turn other way around. So I think a lot of people just carried away. We Sally, we booked a venue for our Christmas party, and the guy was telling me, uh, as compared to like 5 years ago or now, people used to go out for the party, do the proper night out, Friday night, R&B night, hip hop night, Saturday night. But those things are not happening anymore because the new Gen Z, they're not drinking, they're more coffee lover.
Yes.
And now I attended few events. They started at 6 p.m., finish at 12 p.m. At our age, when I was 18, we used to do party till like 5 a.m. So things are changing a lot.
Right. It's a different era.
So understanding your business and like for example, like I know like I've got my burger place. I know if I do like 15, 20, 18, it's fine in Melbourne. If I do 100, then not because then I oversupplied. Maybe I can do 100, but all across Australia, not here. So if we do oversupply, you're not gonna hold the right same value. Yeah. So a lot of people I've
Absolutely.
seen, they open their restaurant not in the right location. And sometimes they overspend their uh, ROI research, return of investment
ROI, yeah.
become longer. So you need to understand, like if I'm doing, like for example, $200,000, I need my ROI in 3 years, not in 5 years or 6 years. So need to understand those stuff.
So do you see business as an art or a numbers game?
Numbers game.
What separates people who succeed from those who quit?
I think like a lot of people, I have to tell you, I think once when you do the business, you're not working 9 to 5 job. You're working
24 hours, I was going to say.
So a lot of people think, oh, we do the business, maybe we do 5 hours, we do our job separate, we
Yeah.
will be fine. But that's not right. When you're working, like so many times, I got the message late night, sorry, tomorrow we can't open the restaurant. And so many times people sleeping. I'm working 1 a.m. doing my paperwork.
Same, man. I was up till like 1 a.m. yesterday working on a Zeus podcast and
Yes.
and getting things prepared and doing the back end of the business stuff, And then, as you know, I have 2 kids myself.
Yes, yes.
So it's what you're saying is so true. It's a 24-hour thing. It never stops. And then I had to work. I had to be up by 4 a.m. this morning. I had to go to my normal day job. So, absolutely.
And you know when your restaurant or when your business is busy, that's the most easiest time to run the business. The real challenge is when your business is quiet, then it's the hardest time to run the restaurant.
Yes.
So, and that's people need to understand when they're doing the business. Of course, you might make a little more money, But at the same time, hustle is way too much. So, and not everyone is ready for that thing. So I think if anyone jumping into the business, they need to be mentally ready that they might need to work a lot of hours.
Absolutely. Because it's
Yes.
your business, it's your project,
course.
it's your heart, it's your soul, it's your family, it's your culture, it's your legacy. You know, most people don't understand that, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how do you approach risk?
So look, I always ready now. I'm a hustler. I don't care. But I think you need to measure your risk. Other day, someone approached me. They're like, "Oh, let's open a restaurant in a city, full-fledged restaurant, $1 million setup. The rent 350,000 a year." Look, mate, I'm not gonna do it. I might make good money. I might make less, but I'm not stupid to take that big risk at the moment because if that thing not gonna work well, it will affect my life. So
Absolutely.
so it's very important you to measure your risk because you have to look after so many people. I've got my mom that live with me. I've got 2 kids, my wife, and I'm also looking after my mother-in-law. So I have to look after 6 people. So
Including yourself. Including yourself. Don't forget about yourself. Beautiful. Let's talk about something outside of business.
Yes.
What keeps you grounded, Ishu?
I think now it's really, I think the more I'm growing, I start getting a bit spiritual and as compared to my young life. Before at young life, I used to go our Sikh temple. I used to go everywhere. I used to go on Christmas time. We used to go church, and during Eid we used to go mosque because in India a lot of is very multicultural. And so before that we used to go there just to have like kind of a little bit of food here sometimes. But now I'm growing, and now a lot of things I do for my kids as well because they whatever I'm gonna do, they're gonna follow me as well, and I want that I became their role model, not someone else. I wanted to be like my father.
Exactly. Same thing, you know, with my kids as well. They said, Daddy, well, I want to do what you do. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know, when your kids look up to you, you know, like that.
Yeah, so I think, and at the same time, um, I love my time. I go for running. For lately, I started running a lot, and I feel so good. And I try to get my me time for myself, in which at that time I can connect to myself. But lately, from the last 1 year, I love to do meditation. I do a little bit of yoga, and plus I do like a lot of running. And these days, so but at the same time, I'm always on toes in my restaurant. Just keep running, keep walking around. I do like a lot of steps in my restaurant anyway.
So, what does success mean to you?
I think I think there's so many meaning of success for the people. There's for me, I'm successful if I can look after the close one, my family. If they are happy whatever I'm doing, and the same time we can do our like I'm successful. I've got a reputation. If you have a right reputation, I think then that's your success. Not money is everything. Money is very important in your life, but at the same time, if you have a bad reputation, if you have a bad health, or you don't look after your family, you don't look after your wife, kids, and all, so that's not successful. Maybe that's a fake image which you carry in front of whole world, but
That's
you
all
can't
about
hide it to yourself.
materialism, you know?
Yep. I think your mind, your proper strong mindset, your mentality, your positiveness, that's called success. Successful definition.
That's a great definition.
We can't say someone billionaire is successful, but I've seen so many millionaire stories who doing a lot of wrong stuff which is not acceptable.
And they ignore
the
their
whole world.
families, and then they never home. They never spend time with their kids. Their kids grow up with the nanny.
Grow up.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like they don't even spend time with their own kids, and their kids end up growing up to resent
Grow-
the parents. You know.
Yes, of course.
So when it's all said and done, brother, what do you want Burger Road to represent?
All I want, like people can enjoy the good burgers, and they know who started it, how the things happen. That someone came from India, improved his skills, and opened this place, which is very lovable, and community love Burger Road. And
Yes.
and that's about it, pretty much.
Man, we all love Burger Road, man.
Thank you.
Especially every time I've come into your places, man, I've left with a feeling of, you know, like this is my second
Thank you.
home. Like I can come in anytime and I'll be treated like family. Not just because
Thank you
we
very
know
much.
each other personally, but because that's how the mindset of every single employee is there. Is
Yes.
because it's your, you know, like a good family family orientated person, and you instill that in the minds of all your workers. It's like you're dealing with family here, and that's one of the best feelings I could ever feel. And the burgers are so delicious, and everything that I've had there is so delicious. Now, we've gone deep, brother, into mindset, into pressure, numbers, building empire. Let's switch it up for a second, all right? What's the craziest burger combination you've ever tried?
Lately, I've sourced some Reaper chili sauce from America, and I tried. Maybe next time when you in, I want you to try.
I would
So,
love that.
so we made that sauce, and with the Reaper chili, I've tried with some with the fried
Crazy.
chicken. I put a little bit of Korean slow with that one. It's beautiful and it's hot.
I'm getting hungry right now.
Nice,
So,
good.
brother, is there a burger idea you've tested that was a complete disaster?
The few are like it's not like wow, which I want to put in the, because I always played around with the good ingredients.
Mm,
So sometimes they don't go together.
they
Like
don't
for
mix,
example,
right?
okay, but they always been okay because the bun and the patty always been good. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
So, well, what's one Burger Road item that customers love that actually surprised you?
Yes. Very good question. We got one burger which is very simple. So it got the beef, cheese, bacon, grilled onion, and barbecue mayo. Very simple burger, and people love it. And that's very basic. And we also got the halal store. So in halal store, we got the beef rasher there, and the same burger, same recipe, and top seller, man. That's one. And sometimes people like just basic burger, not many lettuce, tomato, onion, nothing. It's just beef, cheese, bacon, onion, barbecue mayo, and that's
Right.
about it.
Beautiful, man. So, if you had to eat one Burger Road burger for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Oh, man, you putting me into bad situation. So we got one burger. It's called fire extinguisher burger because personally I'm a fried chicken guy. I like fried chicken.
Yeah, nice.
So in this burger we got some nice slaw. It got avocado, jalapeno, chipotle mayo, fried chicken. It's good burger.
Nice, beautiful. So, what's the funniest or weirdest customer request you've ever seen?
We always keep getting very different, but mainly not like very crazy. But sometimes other day we got a customer order a burger with 18 burger patties in it. So and that I don't know, it cost him $100 burger or something. I put so many burgers.
How could you eat something like that, man?
I don't know. Maybe he's challenging or doing some challenge
Yeah,
at home.
true.
So we have to put the foil paper all around.
That's called the heart attack challenge.
Yes, exactly.
Do you ever walk into your stores, brother, anonymously just to observe everything?
Many times, man. So many franchise stores, they don't know me that I'm the
Right.
owner. And they're like,
Right.
hey, what do you want? And all. I'm like, just
Yes, just to test them,
just to test it.
So, what's your go-to order when you visit Burger Road?
So normally, I also love chips a lot and the chicken wings. We got very nice chicken wings.
Yes.
So mainly whenever I go to my restaurant, I eat some chips when they're doing cooking here and there.
Yeah.
Now we changing the menu. We also start doing the grilled fish and all in our burger, in Burger Road. So
Wonderful.
that's another thing which whenever I go, I tell my staff with the salad and the grilled fish. I do in my
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. That sounds very delicious.
Yes.
So, if you weren't running Burger Road, what kind of restaurant would you open?
Look, personally, I love to open a cafes as well, but I'm not a morning person because I work in a restaurant. Sometimes we close late. And but now actually after opening so many Burger Road, now I start opening few other restaurants as well. Lately
Yes.
I opened 2 Indian restaurants.
You were saying Thali?
It's called Thali.
Thali, yeah.
So I've got one in Craigieburn, one in Fairfield. Became very popular. It became the talk of the town in our community. Indians, like everyone, like
Beautiful.
making booking. Everyone coming. So that's the one thing we're doing. Then I'm also opening a Italian restaurant, and the name is Como, from the Lake Como, and
Yeah.
that's so we're doing proper Italian style pizzas. We're doing a lot of pasta, steaks, and
Nice.
proper cocktail bar as well. So and we just a couple of days ago I received my pizza from Italy. So very excited for that. So now I wanted to do few different other hospitality ventures as well.
Beautiful, brother. That's pretty good. So if you're ever in the mood for proper Indian food, check out Thali, one in location in Craigieburn and in Fairfield. And did you say where was the location of Como, brother?
It's in Ballarat,
In Ballarat, you know.
in the city center. Yeah.
Nice, beautiful. So which country has the best street food in your opinion?
Best street food. Okay. So normally I like, you say, sorry, I miss seafood or street food?
No, street food, brother. Which country has the best street food in your opinion?
I think from my opinion, I think the Thailand.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Do you have a story you can share?
yeah, like I've got my very close friends. They live there. They born there. They speak the language. They're like
Yes.
more over like Indian Thai. And so before, whenever I used to go back home, I used to stay in Thailand to see all my friends group and all. And so they used to take me to a lot of restaurants, different. And I had like a lot of nice street Thai food there because personally I love Asian cuisine a lot.
Same.
And I like the chili, I like their basil. And the best part, why there's another reason I said the Bangkok, they whether the small place, but they're very clean. Even in street even you ordering the small stuff, they decorate it. They make sure you enjoy your meal.
Yeah.
So the first time I've tried the pad Thai with their noodles, it's wow.
Beautiful, man. That's. I'm getting hungry. The more you speak, the more I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head down to a Burger Road joint as soon as we finish this podcast. So,
Yes.
be honest with me, brother. Do your friends expect free burgers every time they see you?
Yeah, believe me or not, like mainly not my friends, but someone who doesn't even know me, who just met me once or something. Sometimes they tell my stuff. You know your boss, but normally, yeah, nah, not really. They everyone, but I don't mind, man. And I think with the everyone prayer, everyone support, I'm here. So if they like my friends, they want to have a burger and all, I don't care. They can have whatever they like.
So, coffee or tea?
Coffee,
Okay. Beach or mountains?
beach,
Favorite burger topping?
I would say jalapenos.
Oof, my favorite too, brother. Best food city in the world?
Best food city in the world, I think. I love Indian as well. I would say New Delhi. We had like
Beautiful.
nice food there. A lot of restaurants, good restaurants.
Beautiful. If you could open anywhere globally, where would it be?
I think that's a very hard question. I'm just thinking where if I have to retire the same city, and I would say it's my favorite, Tokyo.
Beautiful. Wow. I didn't expect that. That's very
Yeah.
unique.
Yes.
One entrepreneur you admire?
And there's a guy I used to work for him. His name is Michael, and I learned so much from him. Yes, definitely. I think he's my pretty much mentor.
So what does Michael do?
He also own like a lot of restaurants,
Okay.
and I learned the business from him, like how to
Can
run
you
the big.
can you say his name? Can you give him a shout out? Or no?
So yeah, his name is Michael Gaida. Yeah,
One word for the energy you're stepping into this year.
one word like unbeatable, coming strong.
And I think the final question should be, if someone listening to you right now, a young person,
Yes,
has an idea, but fear is holding them back,
yes.
what would you say to them from experience, not theory, brother?
Whenever you open your first business, I know you're gonna scare, and that's pretty natural. Always think which if in a world millions of people are doing, we're not less than those millions people. So you need to trust on yourself. If you're not gonna trust on yourself, how come the world can trust on you? Firstly, you need to trust on yourself. And
So believe in yourself.
believe in yourself. And once you go on that path, the things will come on a right track for you as well. So don't scare to hustle. Don't scare to take step. Don't get scared and just take the step. Don't worry.
Beautiful. Ishu, thank you for coming on and sharing your journey,
Thanks,
brother.
man. Thanks
It means
thanks for
so much,
having
man.
me.
Because what people see is never the full story. They don't
Yes.
see the pressure. They don't see the risk. They don't see the discipline when motivation disappears. And that's what separates builders from dreamers.
Yes.
To everyone listening, every empire you see today started as an idea. The difference is execution. This episode is proudly presented and sponsored by iQuality Online, a platform grounded in self-improvement, discipline, faith, and purpose. Because success is not just what you build, it's who you become while building it. This has been episode 15, Building the Burger Road Empire, the Ishu Singh story. I'm your host, Zeus the Prophet, and not even the force of Mother Nature can stop it, but I can. Until next time, family. Thank you very much, Ishu.
Thank you. Thank you very
God
much.
bless you. Thank you for your time, my brother. And
Thank you very much. Yes.
God bless you,
I'll
my brother.
talk to
I'll
you
speak
soon.
to you
Thanks,
very
man.
soon.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
Good night, brother.
Thanks.